Back here on CBS Sports HQ, On the Clock, presented by Jeep. Hakeem Dermish alongside 24/7 Sports Director of Scouting Adam Finkelstein, CBS Sports College Basketball Insider Gary Parrish, as we continue to follow the second round of the NBA draft. The New York Knicks making a pick swap with the LA Clippers, and they just trade down one spot. They take this young man, Mohamed Diawara, 20-year-old Frenchman, 6'8", 223. That is now the fifth Frenchman drafted in this NBA draft. Adam, who is this guy?
Well, he's a hybrid forward who is extremely long. He measured with a 7'3" 3/4" wingspan, a 9'2" standing reach, but he's not a big man. He's a hybrid forward who can really cover the court, has a ton of potential defensive versatility, and shows flashes of being able to put the ball on the floor. Now, he's got to work on his shooting, his skill set, his decision making. He's got to refine his game, but he's a talented physical prospect.
And just the latest to come from France, which is a reminder that this is an international game more so than it's ever been. Obviously, the Victor Wembanyama's and those level of players have put that country on the map, and it's just 4 or 5 or 6, it feels like, every single year making their way to this league.
All right, so if it wasn't this pick, who would you have drafted? Who's out there? And again, you're not going to be getting a guy who's a starter, although we did see the Cavaliers draft Tyrese Proctor, who is going to be playing right away. Some of these guys will be playing right away on day one. Is there a name out there that if you were a Knicks fan, you'd go, I'd rather have had this guy?
The Utah Jazz just took John Tonje. I think he's got a better chance of being an NBA player sooner. And I also liked what Golden State did at 52. They took Alex Tui. He was supposed to go to Gonzaga, ended up playing in the NBL over there in Australia. And I think he's a prospect that he could be an NBA player. And at this point in the draft, a draft where the overall depth was really decimated by the amount of kids going back to college. If you get somebody who could be an NBA player, you're doing all right for yourself.
And here's the truth, though. With the Knicks, a franchise that's set up to compete in the East, particularly with injuries to Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton and Damian Lillard. I mean, Cleveland's going to be up there. If Philadelphia can get healthy and stay healthy, they should be in there. But the Knicks are going to be a factor again. And there's probably nobody, like quite literally nobody, they could have used this pick on that would help them in any sort of meaningful way next season. Can't guarantee that, but that's certainly the likely scenario. So if I'm a front office at this point, I'm just looking for best prospect available, somebody I can believe I can make into something, and that's what this is.
You were probably hoping that they would name a head coach before they made this pick here.
Nah.
No?
Nah.
I mean, we're 4 days away from free agency.
I'm old-fashioned. I think that before you fire your coach, you should have an idea of what your options are, but I know that's outdated.
They decided their options were to fire their coach and then go ask other franchises if they could have their coach, which I have equated in other places to divorcing your wife and then calling all your friends and saying, hey, you mind if I have your wife? It doesn't usually work that way, and it hasn't worked for the Knicks. They're still looking for their next head coach.
Okay, so Mohamed Diawara, the Frenchman, the fifth Frenchman drafted in this NBA draft, headed to the New York Knicks as they still await their head coach. And you can get all your inside information right here on the Ion College Basketball Podcast. Gary Parrish, Matt Norlander will wrap up the entire draft for you. It's the Ion College Basketball Podcast. Download and follow right now.